In a divorce or a custody proceeding in Arizona, child support is calculated by what we call the child support guidelines. Child support guidelines is a formula developed by the Supreme Court of the state of Arizona, which governs child support in every case, and the court is mandated to use the guidelines. In other words, you can't come into court and say it's unfair or it's too much money. If the guidelines show a certain amount, that's what the court's going to order, and that's what you have to pay. In Arizona, in a divorce or custody battle, a parent's income has a significant impact on child support. The first entry in the formula for child support is the parent's income. So that's the starting point for every calculation of child support. In an Arizona divorce case or legal decision custody case, the final order of the court regarding legal decision making or parenting time can be modified at any time until the children turn 18, provided there is a continuing and substantial change in circumstances from the last order. So typically what you'll see in a court order for legal decision making or parenting time is some findings of fact that tell the reader why the court ruled the way it did. For a modification, there has to be a change in circumstances from those findings from the previous order. So sometimes children getting older simply can be that change in circumstance. Or, for example, let's say the children hadn't spent time with the father during the marriage, and now that there's a divorce, they're spending more time with father. Well, father can go back and modify and say, hey, I want even more time because the children are used to me now. They're used to where I live. They're used to my lifestyle. They're used to my new significant other. If a parent refuses to follow a legal decision-making or parenting time order in Arizona, that is contempt, and it's punishable by jail time, although it's very rare that you see anybody thrown in jail for violating parenting time or legal decision-making orders. What typically happens is if the violations are significant enough, the parent who violated the orders loses legal decision-making and or parenting time rather than going to jail.